Mr. Fagbemi.
I thank you, my Lord. My Lord, I appreciate the fact that a number of questions have been asked and answered. But for purposes so that we can convince the doubting Thomases, let me ask a few questions, sir.
Good.
In the process, I may be compelled to put it by way of an assumption, each question.
Please go ahead.
Your Excellency, you believe in this commission, and that was what informed your decision to have it established.
Yes.
Thank you. Your Excellency, you have given assurance of free passage for whoever comes here to give evidence, and that you will not take any action as a result of the evidence given here, even though the law is clear on that.
Yes.
Thank you. Your Excellency, your assurance will not include offenses committed after leaving this place.
Yes.
No. Will it include it?
No offenses. No, it will not.
Yes. Thank you.
After leaving this place?
Yes, my Lord.
Yes.
Yes.
In other words, you don't get pardon in advance.
No, my Lord. It's to, my Lord, to forgive a man who has not committed any offense is to insult his innocence.
No, he committed after. If he goes there and commit an offense.
Your Excellency, you have told the tribunal, the commission, about the position of, or the thinking of your administration. But let me ask you, do you have any role you want the oil communities to play in this situation?
Well,
because come to think of it, they are part of the state.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the oil-bearing communities, not this time, not local government, are of great importance to us, because actually a large chunk of the expenditure of funds that we use in developing the state come from the oil activities in their communities. And we believe that as an integral part of the state, they are an important part and should be given an important role to play in development.
If you don't mind, sir.
What nature of participation
Sorry.
can you, because I'm not asking you to give us a roadmap of what you will want them to do. What is the nature of the participation that you would wish them to be engaged in? Because this is very, very important.
You know, somehow, my Lord, you also have to take into consideration the fact that in most of the crises we have are found in areas that are oil bearing, especially the coastal areas.
Yes.
Because on the Onega axis, we don't have such crises, even though they are still the largest oil producing local government as at now. But we believe that the fact that they see oil activities go on, they're not employed, they are not engaged in contracts and all that, also cause some of these problems. So our decision is to ensure, apart from the rural development that will impact or affect them, is to also encourage companies that operate in that area, in those areas, to hire them or employ them, and also involve them in things like contracts and all that, so that an economy will grow in that area, at least at the micro level.
Could they be partners in a massive development of the state?
Why? Every part of the state will be. I just want to make sure that we realize that virtually every part of the state is oil producing. Every part of the state will be party to.
No, I'm talking about the oil companies.
Oh no, yeah,
they are
partners.
You can emphasize on massive massive development in this state,
they will
which
be.
you may not be able to meet. Are you not thinking of inviting them also to participate?
They will.
The roads and everywhere, I mean, they use the roads.
No, they will not accept that. They will tell you that that the federal government takes a particular percentage of whatever they produce and all that. That's what they will tell you. I've met with them severally. But they are willing to participate. Take, for instance, I've met with them on the issue of Bonny. The security of Bonny became a problem to me. And I felt there was a need for all of us, stakeholders, to meet. I've met with the community. I've met with the oil companies. And we've agreed on the roadmap to finding security solution to Bonny. We have also agreed on the development of Bonny, what they expect to do. Like, for instance, they've taken...
This is what I have in mind.
Yes. Some of them are agreeable to that kind of arrangement. They've, for instance, said that the hospital in Bonny and possibly the water project will be done by them. I've met with them, and we're agreeable on that arrangement.
Your Excellency, thank you. May I also ask you, what are you doing to ensure discipline, peace and harmony in Rivers State?
It's like asking what we're doing security-wise. Quite a lot. A huge part of our funding goes to security. It goes there because by the time we took over the reins of government, we discovered that you can hardly walk the streets of Port Harcourt. There were gangs everywhere, shooting people, kidnapping, and all that. And we felt there was a need to enforce law and order and to also secure the place. We asked for massive deployment of the military, and we got from the federal government over 1,000 soldiers into Port Harcourt. We've asked for more, and we personally take responsibility for their emoluments and maintenance of those military presence. Like I told one of the lawyers here, the troop deployed to Okreka, where Ateketon was reigning supreme, where people were sentenced to death in his court, and lawyers and prominent citizens were not going home. I'm sure that, I don't know if I will finish the law, that a member of the commission, I'm sure she may not be going home too because she comes from that area. We have people for years, as much as 8 years, may not have gone back to Okreka. We deployed troops and all that. That is the first phase. The second phase is the question I ask myself. Beyond the enforcement of law, what social activity, what have you put in place to engage those who are not willing to involve themselves in this criminal activity?
Preventive.
Yes, preventive measure. That's why we're bringing the Songhai approach. We think that it's not everybody that is involved in bunkering. Those who may not be involved in bunkering, but who may, if we're not careful, become willing tools. They may be recruited by these kingpins like Ateke to participate in their activities. Could be stopped if we get them involved in this farming activity, for where they can on their own, if they don't go to school, start their own farming project. That we are bringing in place. I've told you here that there's a Rivers State Sustainable Development Agency where we have budgeted 16 billion. Part of that 16 billion too is to train Rivers citizens who are willing to school, both overseas and in Nigeria, for programs like oil and gas, medicine, engineering, and all others that the Rivers State Sustainable Development Agency may wish to undertake. We are sending a total of 120 Rivers people to Norway. We've sent the first batch of 40 to train on seafaring. The first batch will soon be back in this June. And of course, employment won't be a problem. We are having an agreement with an airline in Nigeria to train pilots, about 10 pilots for us every year, for which we will pay, and they will engage anyone that qualifies. They will train, they will take them overseas, train, and then employ them as they come back. All that we are doing to see how much we can get ourselves involved in the employment of our people.
Yes, Mr. Fagbemi.
Your Excellency, somebody was there, or I heard somebody mention some wranglings in your party, the PDP. Can you tell my lords what your efforts you are making to ensure that there is peace and harmony, because it's important. If
that's why
your party is the.
That's why I talked about the fact that we live, that we have cordial relationship. As soon as I came back, I began to visit prominent members of the party, even those who didn't accept that I should be governor, even those who put me in the difficult situation I found myself. I realized that you will find it difficult to govern the state if you did not make peace. The same time as I set up this Truth and Reconciliation Commission, I started visiting prominent Rivers people, not just to elicit their support, but for the need to reconcile, not just with me, but with everybody who they may have disagreed with. And I have gone not only in the PDP, I've visited virtually everybody. Those who are willing to come on board are on board. Those who are not willing to come on board, well, my Lord, I'm not God. I won't do more than I have the capacity to do, sir.
Yes, Mr. Fagumi, I think.
Yes, my lords. My lords, I'm sorry, I'm not going political, but let me ask this question. You are just about
7 months.
7 months in the saddle. Is there any senatorial district you have not touched?
Any what?
Senatorial district
That
that you
I've
have
not
not touched in terms of your making them feel your presence?
I don't think there's any. If there's anybody who can say here that his district is not affected, should call. Then I will mention what projects we have in the area. I've said here that in the next few weeks, we shall advertise all the rural roads. We've told the commissioners to get all rural roads to us. We'll advertise for due process to take place. But currently, in the Ogoni axis, we have almost completed all the roads in Bori, excluding 1 or 2. The rest have been awarded. We are doing the same in Ahoda. We are building a health center in Bonny. And I've told you here that I've approached the federal government, that I'm prepared, if they will guarantee that they will pay us back, to do the road that goes to Bonny. I think we hope that by the time we are able to present our report card of our first year in office, we would have at least gotten to virtually, if we can't go to all the villages, but we can see projects going on. In the Che axis, I told you about about 40 kilometers of road we are doing in the Che that affects about between 8 and 11 villages. So we are doing quite a lot in the local government areas and in the senatorial districts.
What efforts are you making about the election process?
Of course, I believe in electoral reform. That is why I set up the State Independent Electoral Commission. I tried everything possible to insulate politicians from belonging to that commission. And NGOs also made a nomination. MBA made a nomination. And it is chaired by a renowned professor who was once the Vice Chancellor of University of Port Harcourt. And his tenure has its own success story to tell.
What is his name?
His name is Professor Nimi Briggs. I think he's here.
May we see him? Oh, Professor, all right. I just want to be sure that you exist. Yes.
The point has been made concerning the arrest and trial of Enrioka for gun running. Are you the one prosecuting him? When I say are you the one, is it the state government?
No, that's the federal concern. We're not involved. And
now, what do you know about the reconciliation move involving Farah?
Could you ask the question again? My members would like to hear you properly.
Yes, sir.
The first question.
What do you know, sir, about the proposal to reconcile Farah, Soboma, George, and Ateketom?
I have no knowledge.
My Lord, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh. Yes. It's in consultation. Okay.
I'm sorry, my Lord. Now, can you tell the commission how many security agencies you have there are in River State?
Security agencies?
Yes, my Lord.
Do you reveal them normally? I don't know.
That's where I was heading to. Whether it is.
No, I said how many? I'm not asking him to.
Even the number?
As your lordship pleases. Then, do you have any control
No.
over? Yes.
No, absolutely. They are federal agencies.
Even though at times you give them logistics, you have no control over them.
No, we don't have control, but we give them logistics to be able to protect our citizens.
Okay. Have you, at any time, I'm sorry if I personalize it, I mean your administration, since you came in, disobeyed any court order?
I've never disobeyed any court order. Never, and will never disobey any court order. Not only because the Constitution makes it mandatory for me to obey all court orders, but because by God's grace, the Supreme Court has made me, by the grace of God, to sit here peacefully.
You are a product of rule
Mr.
of law.
Fagbemi,
But it's a
the
product
court
of rule
orders
of law.
have always been in his favor. How can he disobey them?
I say so in my memorandum that I was a member of the assembly, cursing the court of law, and now I'm governor, cursing the court of law. So I have no need to hire thugs.